Hey guys, Alexander here. I'm coming to you from a glass igloo in the Arctic Circle, Finland. And as you can see, it's a very snowy day. It's very exciting. And we have recently just entered the month of Sagittarius. This is a time when we need to learn to really trust on our path, and really knowing that it's about the path and not about the destination. Sometimes we get so caught up in where it is that we are going that we forget to enjoy the road it takes to get there. Now, the road that it takes to get there is often the road that can be, for example, the road less traveled, or if it's if we have our own goal, then our road will be as unique as our end goal, and we need to trust that our road that we're taking is actually the right road, and that we are surrounded by positive energy and support, and to not second guess ourselves. So it's really about having certainty and injecting light onto our path and not allowing any room for doubt to interrupt us. And sometimes this is difficult because maybe we feel weird or we don't really stand up for what we believe in. This is also a trait of Sagittarius, to really just feel right about things, sometimes too right. Sagittarius, as you know, is a fire sign, so it can maybe be sometimes a little bit too aggressive, but Sagittarius in general is a sign that is confident about its path. It's not really interested in the end goal, although that's where it wants to go. It likes to stop and smell the flowers and enjoy the path. And in our hustle and bustle society, like I said, we're so rushed to get to the end that we don't even take the time to experience what it is what the process of tempering from where we are beginning or where we are at on our path to where it is at the end. We think that satisfaction comes from achieving the end. Now, this could be at the end of your life, for example, and you completely ignore the process it takes to get there. So this rushing energy, the Eight of Wands, for example, is the first part of the month of Sagittarius, and this is a archetype of rushing from here to there, not really being focused on one thing at a time. So one of our challenges is during this month is to not necessarily slow down, but to appreciate what it is that's around us, the path that we are on. Taking the time to, like I said, smell the roses, not to get distracted by them, but to really appreciate it. I was doing some sightseeing. I hardly ever do that, but I wanted to do that, and then we went to this island over here in Finland, and it just, the journey of getting there was so much fun that by the time we got to the island, I didn't want to go and see the rest of the island because I felt so fulfilled with the journey that we had, taking the boat there and, getting off and looking and seeing what it is that's there and not rushing. We had 10 minutes to get to the other side of the island and completely just ignoring everything that's going on around us. I mean, anybody who takes photography or likes to take photos, they know that you cannot do both. You either are taking photos or you are enjoying the scenery. You cannot really do both. You can enjoy the photos later, but it does take you out of the moment. It really does. It takes you out of the moment. And this is often what happens when we are rushing to our next appointment, rushing to make the deadline. Pace yourself. It's about pacing yourself and making sure you get it done. That's next month. Capricorn is, the achiever and getting things done, the deadlines, and it's ruled by Saturn. So this is different. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So we want to experience. We want to indulge. We don't want to go into excess because this is degraded Jupiter. But these are the kind of themes that are coming this month. So it's about really calming down from this rushing energy, because the second part of Sagittarius is the Nine of Wands. And here we have this man. He is standing there and he looks a little bit battered. Maybe he has been hustled and bustled too much. It's about boundaries. We start to, in this point, start to develop boundaries that I don't want to be rushed. I want to enjoy what's going on, and now I need to kind of establish the area where I can do that. So, you have to ask yourself, who is rushing me? Am I rushing myself? Am I rushing others? Okay? It's the darkest time of the year during the month of Sagittarius. And as you can see, it is getting very dark. This is part of the reason why I'm up here, to see what is going on Earth from this point of view. As it gets darker, we need to bring more light. We need to bring more light into the world. This is why we have Christmas. This is why there is Hanukkah. It's about the festival of light, bringing light, and also our inner light. We need to bring this inner light to the world because it's getting very, very, very dark. And with all this dark yin energy, we need to balance it with our yang energy, right? By bringing the light so that we can illuminate the path, like I said, and be brave and to have the courage to walk our path and to not feel insecure or invite distraction. So this is part of the boundaries of the second part of Sagittarius, which is typically from the beginning of December until December 5th. December 10th, I'm sorry. Which is typically from the beginning of December until December 10th. And the third part of Sagittarius, which is from December 10th until December 20th, right before we enter the month of Capricorn, is in the Ten of Wands. It's very interesting because only in Capricorn we start the season of winter. And the Ten of Wands is this man who is holding a bunch of sticks. He is, in other words, what we call burdened. And there's a lot going on. We are rushing around for Christmas. There's holiday stress. It's almost like we've taken on more than we can handle. There's a lot of family things coming to light. But it's like we have a lot of energy, but we can use this archetype in a way that's uplifting. Wands are fire energy, so we can imagine that these wands are light, and that, once again, we are uplifting. We are offering this light to others. We are offering our light, our positive experiences, focusing on positivity, being happy about our path, and respecting other people's path as well. Sometimes if we don't agree with other people are doing, especially around the holidays when we see our friends and family members, it's one thing to not like someone else's path, but we don't need to make it wrong. We don't need to make it wrong. We are all, like I said, tempering on our own path, and to then judge someone else's path as wrong is not doing any good for the other, and especially for ourselves. Because when we judge, we decrease our energy and our vibration goes down, and we have less light to share, and we want to share light during this month. So, as always, I do suggest using the Sagittarius Essential Oil Blend to help share the light and to really appreciate the path that we are on, and to illuminate that path, and to help temper the path, and to really mostly trust that the path we are on is for us, and it is what we want to do. To trust that if we want to change our path, that we can, that maybe the path that we are on, we feel that it's almost ours, but it's not entirely. We don't have all that certainty. You need to have that certainty. Of course, there's always that element of mystery. That's different. But the certainty that it is the right path, to really, and you know it when you are enjoying it. If it's bringing too much suffering, then chances are that it's a path of purification, and that's also okay. but it's really about enjoying it. And so if we can bring this light to the world during this darkest month as we close out the third sign of the autumn season, which is the autumn of earth, the autumn of, the pentacles, and as before we start the season of winter, when the light starts to come back, we just need to really ask ourselves as we close out this season and we eventually close out the year, am I enjoying my path? Am I enjoying the people on my path? Do I have fulfillment? Am I indulging too much? So I have included once again a Sagittarius playlist for the month to use, and I wish you all the best, and please feel free to leave your experiences in the comments below or anywhere. So thank you.
Música